It wouldn't be a college football Saturday without the Kalispell Warhawks. Welcome back everybody to the Dynasty, as the Warhawks are set to play their first ever game against the Oregon Ducks. Kalispell enters number 12 in the country. They are 5-2 after recording win number 5 in a 5 overtime game last week against Washington State. It was a very exciting game and one Kalispell was lucky to have won. Now they regroup to meet the Oregon Ducks, who enter the season at 3-3. It's a big day here in Kalispell. Welcome everybody to the 100th game of Warhawk football as we get underway with Marty Belafonte on the return. Out across the 20, he gets hit down, and out comes the offense, led by number 3, Brandon Warren, in a split shotgun formation with 2 backs in the game. A fake on first down, he drifts to his left, dumps it off to Troy Lee, who sheds a tackle and takes this out across the 40 for a big opening play of 21 yards. Troy Lee averaging north of 7 yards a carry this season. He gets the flip this time, and Lee cuts upfield for a quick gain of 3. Kyle Thomas still this team's leading rusher at 355. He's in the game on third down. Here is Warren downfield, finding the Mackey Award-winning Hayden John Charles for 21 more. Kalispell already in field goal range. Warren on the keeper, picks up a block on the safety and heads inside the 15 with a run of 19 yards. Mike Harris, the motion man here on first down as they keep the defense guessing. Rolling out right, dumping it off to Thomas Roberts. The tight end picks up 7. Warren responsible for 15 total touchdowns on the season to throw on second down. Looks to reset and the pressure arrives. He's taken down for a loss of 6. Now they're tasked with 3rd and 9. Spread formation for the Warhawks. Warren pressured, works to his left. Sets his feet, floats it back in the end zone. No, it's incomplete. Justin Payne had his right foot on the white paint. 3-0 Kalispell, and now the Oregon offense, known for, of course, their spread option attack. The Ducks start here at their 24-yard line, and this is a give to the freshman. This is Ryan way down the middle, starting the day with a 14-yard run. The quarterback is junior Chris Williams, who has 9 touchdown passes on the year, and the quick pressure forces him to quickly get rid of this football. It's 3rd and 10. What do the Warhawks have dialed up here? They'll send a blitz. Picked up nicely. Williams with time floats it, and the pass is nearly picked, bouncing off the hands of Jamari Akinjide. Kalispell takes over on offense and quickly to a quarterback run. Brandon Warren. He ran the ball really well early in last week's game. There's 5 yards. Set up on 3rd and 3 this time. Warren, pressured, sends the ball deep down the middle, and that pass is intercepted by Hadley. Warren thought he had Justin Payne, but the safety hovering over the top comes over to make the play. INT number 7 for Warren. The Ducks take over, and they'll go back to a draw. It's Wade on the carry, again finding daylight up the middle. That will move the chains. It's a very young backfield for Oregon, but experience at receiver, and there is one of those experienced receivers, hauled in by Jonathan Williams for a gain of 20. Very deep along this receiver core. We'll see how they attack this defense. The throw outside again. Williams is there for a gain of around 6. 3rd down now for Oregon. No safety back deep for Kalispell. They will blitz. Good coverage as well as Chris Williams bails out of the play, and it's 4th down. This is no chip shot. About a 59-yard try for the Ducks, and this kick is pulled wide left. It is also short, as Kalispell will get good field position. But first, an update, as number 1 UCLA is currently in a tough battle against Utah. Utah has the lead right now in that game. As we get back to Kalispell, here's a quick, decisive throw by Warren, finding John Charles for 15. 2 receivers left. The back here, Kyle Thomas, gets the call through a lane. No one to catch him. Kyle Thomas down the sideline. Touchdown. It's a quick 9-0 lead for Kalispell after 51 easy yards picked up by Thomas. The blocks downfield were phenomenal. Kalispell's run game is so versatile. That'll put some pressure now on Oregon to respond. Here's Chris Williams with a great throw for Matthews into tight coverage, and he comes away with a 12-yard reception. Second down for Williams. Time to throw it. He'll check it down. Here is Wade, and that moves the chains again for Oregon. The Ducks only averaging 26.8 points per game this season as Williams gets drilled on the play, and that's Wesley Merrill. 3 down linemen here on 3rd and 7. Williams running some option, flips it out to his left. This is Burley on the run, and he gets the Ducks a much-needed first down. I was not expecting option there. And we have more of it here on 2nd down. The pitch to Burley, slips a tackle of Hayes, inside the 10. Kalispell Burley for the touchdown. It's the freshman wideout getting Oregon on the board. And with the way Kalispell started, this is a big answer for the Duck offense. Still in this first quarter, now 17 combined points. Kalispell football, and there's another throw across the middle. John Charles getting more involved as we continue on. He didn't start the season with a lot of production. 3rd down and short, sweep outside. Thomas does not get the block he was looking for, and it cost Kalispell a chance at a first down. Following a 3-and-out, Ducks take over again. Good field position. Chris Williams, time to throw it. Lobs downfield, over the shoulder catch by Matt Moss. Good for 22. Ducks doing a good job turning things in their favor. Here is some read option, and Kalispell's all over it. Williams wrapped up on the play by Alex Hardy. 2nd down and 13. Both safeties sitting back deep for Kalispell. This is Frazier getting some room to run, and he's in the game now for Wade, who left on the last possession. 3rd down and inches. Frazier down the middle, taken down after a gain of 7. Baker, the high safety, now as they'll load the box. Williams back to the air, and he'll take off inside the 10, taking contact down to the 5. And now he's shaken up. The top quarterback and running back now out of the game for Oregon. This is Charles Townsend keeping for a touchdown. Oregon pulls ahead. 14 unanswered points for the Ducks. We have ourselves a good ball game here in Kalispell. Now trailing by 4, this is sent deep to Marty Belafonte. Looking to get the Warhawks a jolt. He'll head outside the numbers, flying down the sideline, out across the 50. A big return by Marty Belafonte. That's what he's all about. Warhawks 1st and 10 in Duck territory. Setting up the screen here. Lee in some trouble with not much room, and he's going to lose 3. Lee getting himself some more snaps this week as Joyce is sent in motion. Blitz is sent. It gets to Warren, but he floats it downfield. That's Carl Joyce. One of the absolute best we've seen from Brandon Warren with a blitzing defender right in his face. He gets this between 3 defenders, hitting Joyce in stride. Kalispell 1st and 10. Sweep left. Troy Lee picks up blocks, and Lee is inside the 15. 2nd down here for Kalispell. Justin Payne slot left. Warren with a clean pocket hits Joyce short this time inside the 5. Goal to go for the Hawks. Payne again slot left. Oregon blitzes. Warren middle, that's nearly picked. Al Sims had a chance at it. Warren never saw him lurking the middle. 2nd and goal. Give inside. Kyle Thomas very close, but marked shy of the goal line. Warhawks look to punch it in. Handoff goes to Bo Lee, and he is in. Warhawks back on top with the senior fan favorite fullback scoring the touchdown. It's been a great game so far as Oregon does get Chris Williams back in the game. He'll throw it out left on 2nd down. He's picked off. Oscar Bryant with his 3rd of the season, accounting for 3 of the 4 INTs by the defense this year. A quick takeaway puts Kalispell back in scoring position. Warren runs out to his left. Thomas trailing gets the pitch to the 25 and taken down there with a gain of 7. 59 yards for Kyle Thomas. He and Troy Lee are both in the game. Rolling right, dumping off. Thomas makes the catch, gets a block on the outside, and dives ahead inside the 10. Now Troy Lee is the lone back on 1st down. He'll carry, getting downhill in a hurry, down inside the 5 for a gain of 5. Spread formation here on third down. Here's Warren to the air. Quick pressure, drifting back, nowhere to go. He is sacked. Oregon gets the big rush from Alexander, and that'll keep it still a one-score game. Ducks trailing by 6 after the interception. They'll take over, get back to their running game. Frazier down the middle, as Ryan Wade has been ruled out for the rest of this game. Irvin Frazier, another young, inexperienced running back, but he's getting plenty of room and showing some strength in the process here, getting 12. Kalispell normally has a very stout run defense, but they haven't faced the team quite like Oregon. Frazier again on the call, gets 8 more. And Kalispell burns a timeout just to switch up their defense and rotate in some fresh players. This is Dusty Rhodes on the carry. He'll keep it moving for the Ducks, getting 10. Kalispell switched from a 3-man front to a 4, and it had no difference. Williams now in some trouble, and he'll take off to run, and there's plenty of room to do so. Chris Williams inside the 20. So Kalispell's defense reeling now against the rushing attack of Oregon. Here's Rhodes again on the draw play, and finally Boogie Turner helps make a play. Third down and 11 for Oregon. They'll set up the screen, covered out there by Turner. Dusty Rhodes taken down for a loss, and Kalispell gets the stop. We're left now with under 50 seconds to play in the first half. This could be it. A little dump off here to Hayden John Charles, doesn't get much, and the Ducks spend the timeout. This time they send Marty Belafonte all the way across the formation. They'll throw a screen his way, breaking outside the numbers. He's got the angle, and there's Marty Belafonte up toward midfield with a big first down that really turns the tides of this possession. Now Kalispell's thinking about points. Down the middle, first down, John Charles. That'll stop the clock. Still one timeout for the Warhawks. 3 receivers in the game. Warren sprints out to his left. He'll keep this one. Warren hit out of bounds. 16 seconds to go, and they're in field goal range. Oh, here the motion. John Charles split out to the right side. Ducks send 4. Warren heaves it downfield. Caught by John Charles. It's a touchdown. Hayden John Charles with number 4 on the season, and Kalispell extends their lead to 10 points just before halftime. What a fun half of Warhawk football this week. It's the 100th game here in the Kalispell Warhawk Dynasty, and the Warhawks have played a good game, especially offensively. Oregon tried to get the football back before halftime, and it cost them, giving Kalispell a chance to score. Now a 10-point game. Chris Williams opens the half here with the carry, and he'll get the first down himself. And now he's down in pain once again. He had to leave the game once in the first half, and Charlie Townsend came in to score a touchdown. He's back, handing to replacement running back Irvin Frazier, who has been really good since Wade went down. Here's third and short. Frazier again on the carry, getting yards after contact and showing good vision. He gets 9 more. Here's that 3-man front again from Kalispell that has not worked well for them today. Townsend down the middle. He picks up a big chunk. Kalispell averages 87 yards allowed on the ground per game. Oregon is over 220 already, and there's no sign of their offense slowing down. After a 9-yard run by Townsend, he's changing the play here, and Kalispell gets a flag. That looked very intentional by Bobby Hill. I think Kalispell was just trying to get off the field and change their defense. They gave them 5 yards instead of using a timeout. We'll see how that goes for the Warhawks as Paris makes the catch for 3 yards. Townsend on second down, keeping once again. Good blocking by Oregon as he sheds a tackle. Charles Townsend, 13 yards. Single high safety Akinjide. Townsend to pass. Looks to run again. He's hit and taken down for a loss. That is Chris Harrison. Back at about the 12-yard line. Here's Townsend looking right. Throws across the middle. Complete to Brad Matthews, who leads this team in receiving over 500 yards. Now third and goal. Dusty Rhodes down the middle. He does not get in. Kalispell with the stand. 3 on the board for Oregon, back to a 1-score game as the Warhawks have their first drive here in the second half. It's Lee off the screen with no one to catch him. Where's the defense? Troy Lee for a touchdown of 66 yards. The Troy Lee fan club is going to love that one as the Warhawks pull ahead by 2 touchdowns. Another update now from the UCLA game. Utah leads by 7 with just 5 minutes to go in that one. We'll have to keep an eye on Heikkinen and the undefeated Bruins. Down 2 touchdowns. Here's a catch by Brad Matthews off the quick screen for 1 yard. It's tough to keep up here with Kalispell. Oregon's got to keep their offense rolling. And Frazier on 3rd down cannot even get close. A 3-and-out for the Warhawks. And back we go to offense with Kalispell. Here is Brandon Warren finding Justin Payne again underneath for a gain of 11. Warren 17 of 22 passing. We'll set up a screen on this one. Mike Harris makes the catch right down the middle. He flies past the Duck defense for a gain of 31. So many playmakers here for Kalispell. Warren now on the keeper, has to redirect, and he'll just slide down. He knew that was not going to end well for him. 2nd down, 16 to go. Warren gets outside the pocket again. Heaving downfield, big catch, Mike Harris. He doesn't get enough opportunities to show how good he is, but Harris is really talented. 3rd down and inches here. That was not a 1st down. Warren, end zone, it's dropped. Off the hands of Carl Joyce. 4th down, but the Warhawks are going for it. It's a sneak. Warren stacked up, but not down. He surges forward and scores with the 2nd effort. What a touchdown for Brandon Warren, making this a 41-20 game. And center Andy Colbert was actually hurt on the play. You see him right in the middle of all this mess, and he gets tangled up and grabs at his right knee. We'll have to monitor that one as Kalispell has opened up a huge lead now in the second half. And this is just the formula for Kalispell. They want to get every team they play into a foot race and dare them to keep up. Oregon's had their moments, but you got to play some defense if you're to beat Kalispell. We're on to the 4th quarter here. Ducks on the move inside the 20. Charles Townsend across the middle, complete to James. Good throw. I don't think this offense has really missed much with their injuries. The replacements are playing really well. Speaking of, here is Charles Townsend with his 2nd touchdown rush of the day. So this is by no means over. Kalispell now up 2 touchdowns. But Oregon's got to find a way to get back in it, and that starts with the defense. Here's a screen underneath. Here is Joyce reaching ahead for a gain of 10. 3rd down and inches. Kalispell 3 of 8 on 3rd down. On the keeper, Warren can't get there. Big stop again for the Ducks. They're giving themselves a chance. They need something big now on offense. Here is Moss in motion. Setting up option. There's the flip. And the ball comes free. Scooped up Glenn Hayes. That's going to be another touchdown. Juno Springs lays the hammer. And Glenn Hayes cleans up. There's the hit by the young corner Juno Springs. His calling card is tackling, if you couldn't tell. Kalispell extends their lead. And how about this? Utah has completed the upset of UCLA, and down goes USC to Arizona State. Big Pac-12 shakeup here in week number 9. As Oregon, they're in some trouble. Townsend taken down for the loss. Chris Harrison. 48-27, Kalispell in control as Troy Lee gets another run, and he will move the chains. Lee did get to play a lot more this week, and he did well, as did Kyle Thomas, who carries on this one. He gets 12 yards. Good game here for Thomas, 74 rush yards. Now they'll get Roshawn Phillips into the game, along with Terrence McKinley III. Phillips hands this to McKinley here on the right side, and Terrence picks up 5 more. Just a minute and a half to go in this game. Phillips sets up a little swing screen. McKinley slips 1 tackle and does not convert. Therefore, Kalispell has to run one more play, and they might as well kick the field goal. It's Rick Thomas putting up the 51st point of the day. Kalispell 51, Oregon 27. This one's about over. Towns into the air with 28 seconds to play, and he's sacked on the play by Anthony Hicks. That's going to do it here in Week 9. Big win for Kalispell in the 100th game in team history. Warhawks now 6-2 on the season as they get another classic offensive performance. The defense has seen better days, of course, as they allowed many more rushing yards than they typically do. In case you're wondering, yes, that encroachment was 100% calculated on my part. I wanted to call a timeout without having to actually do it, and I was willing to pay the 5-yard penalty to switch formations. Want to talk recruiting? I do, because Kalispell just got one of the best commits in team history. #1 tackle Brandon Smith will be protecting Brandon Warren next season. Oregon was one of the teams that we beat in this recruiting battle. We also got a commit from Braylon Kendrick. This was an insta-commit. He is a 65 overall outside linebacker at 6'5", 215. He's from Oklahoma. Pretty good speed. I don't think that his tackling or coverage will allow him to play early on, but down the stretch, I think he will be a good run defender with already adequate tackling and block shedding. Our recruiting class this year is off to a great start. Next week, Kalispell travels to Washington to meet the Huskies. Kalispell leaps up to #8 now in the country, and we'll try to extend this winning streak that we've put together. Washington is only 2-5 on the season, but we've seen teams, even with bad records, give us various challenges, whether it be what Oregon did today or the impressive game that Washington State played just a couple weeks ago. But the Cougars did have a good record going into that game. Not the same for the Huskies. They do have an excellent quarterback in Paul Coley, but the team is just pretty incomplete right now. By the way, I didn't get a clip of this at the end, but Andy Colbert was hurt, and he is going to miss the next 3 games with an MCL sprain. In the 5+ years I've played NCAA 14, I've never seen an offensive lineman get hurt. I knew that if anyone picked up a fumble, they could be tackled and therefore potentially hurt. But on that sneak, Andy Colbert did get injured, and I was really surprised by that. Colbert is one of our better offensive linemen. He plays right in the middle of our offensive line, and that could be a big loss for us over the next 3 weeks. We did play Troy Lee far more than we usually do this week, and I'll continue probably splitting the carries and the snaps a bit more so in a 50-50 style. It might be easier to trade off possessions with those two than do anything with auto subs or formation subs, but I like utilizing both running backs. And today was another game where Marty Belafonte didn't touch the ball much, but when he does, big things happen. When it's time for Marty Belafonte to have a larger role on offense, I think he's going to be a superstar. Thanks for watching, everybody. That is it for Week 9 here in the Warhawk Dynasty. Thank you for 100 great games and a great series to this point, with much more to come. Please smash that like button. Can we get this video to 1,000 likes? Also, leave your feedback below and subscribe to the channel. Check out the Miami Dolphins franchise if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day.